Hola amigos, this is Oscar. I want to ask you something. When you think of $1 million house, what comes to mind? How many bedrooms? Maybe it has a pool, a gym. It probably also has very modern and expensive decoration, expensive finishes. And for the most part, you'd be right. But I want to show you some of the things that I've come across when inspecting homes over $1 million. You'd be surprised. We can start on the outside of this house. Here we have a set of stairs leading up to a door. In this picture, we can see that these steps are not the original ones. If you look on the wall, you can see the dirt left behind from the original step. The problem with these steps is that it's missing one. The height from the last step to go into the house is way too high, and it's completely different than the height of the other steps. This can cause somebody to trip and fall. Even by just following the dirt left behind from the old steps, you can see that this last step is right level with this old step, which means that there was still one more step required here. So the original stairs were fine, but for some reason when they put these new ones in, I don't know why, but they completely decided to get rid of this second step here that is required. Now let's take a look at a couple windows that we have here, more specifically the COs and the caulking. Over time, as the house gets older, it's very common and normal for the caulking to start drying up and deteriorating. The problem is that if this goes on for too long, water and insects can end up inside your house. Water can start entering your house and stay in between the walls, and that can be causing damage even without you knowing. This is why it's very important to once in a while check outside your house, check the windows, check the caulking, the seals, just to make sure everything's good and to prevent any water and moisture from entering your house and causing some major issues. Something else that might not seem like a big deal but can cause some huge problems are the downspouts. Here you can see that it's not properly connected. Like I said before, water can cause some serious damage to a home. The job of the downspout is to direct water at least 6 feet away from the house. With this downspout disconnected like that, it's not able to do that. So all the water is going to pull up around the house and work its way down the foundation and possibly into the home. Once I went inside the house and checking the basement, it had a finished basement, which makes it harder to check for leaks. But we can still see evidence of water coming into the house here. In this corner of the house, you can see how the paint is bubbling and has come off. You can almost see the leftover of where the water keeps accumulating inside the house. This can either be due to the gutter that's not discharging the water properly, or it could be that there's a fixture inside the house that's leaking. Now, as we moved into the kitchen, we found more issues. And here, the common thing is to find water leaks underneath the sink. As you can see here, there's been an ongoing leak. It doesn't necessarily have to be a big leak, but this has been going on for so long that it's gotten really, really bad. You can see that the metal is rusting, and it's been rusting for a long time, and even the floor and the backboard has signs of mold. Now, the major problem with this is that even though we see damage and mold and stuff right on top on the surface, the bigger issue is underneath this. So all that water is continued to run underneath the floor and the structure. So if this is the damage done just on the outside, we could be looking at some major things beneath the floor. And then, if all that wasn't enough, to finish it off, once I went into the attic, I saw all these rodent traps. So, that kind of tells you that there's more issues going on here. So remember, just because a house looks good on the outside and in pictures, and it might be very expensive, doesn't mean that there's nothing wrong with it. So always be careful, due diligence, check the house out. So thank you for watching, amigos. This is Oscar Verduga. Till next time.